Have you ever wondered what really goes through the mind of an avoidant man? When you stop chasing, when you don't block him, don't lash out, don't write long paragraphs trying to explain yourself, you just disappear, not to manipulate, not to punish, but because you've finally chosen your peace over his patterns. And while the world sees silence, he feels something else entirely. Let's explore the 5 things an avoidant man really thinks when you go no contact. She's just playing a game, right? At first, he tells himself it's nothing, just another one of your emotional moves, a tactic, a test. She'll come back, they always do. Because for him, intimacy is a battlefield of power, not presence. And in the past, every silent moment was followed by your voice reaching out, explaining, apologizing, trying to make it work. But this time, there's nothing. And his mind starts to race, not because he misses you, but because the script is broken, and a broken script is terrifying for someone who relies on control. He doesn't realize it yet, but the silence isn't passive. It's powerful. It's not an absence. It's an announcement. You are no longer participating in the performance. Why doesn't she need me anymore? Avoidant men don't fear closeness as much as they fear being needed. Need means responsibility. Need means vulnerability. Need means being seen. So when you stop reaching out, when you stop needing his validation, his approval, his emotional crumbs, he starts asking questions he never dared to ask before. Was I important? Was I just a placeholder? Did she ever really need me, or was she just choosing me? And that last one hurts the most, because when a woman chooses without needing, her leaving isn't loss, it's liberation, and he feels it deeply, though he'd never admit it out loud. What does her silence mean? Avoidant men aren't always logical, but they are deeply symbolic. Carl Jung once said, "The unconscious responds to symbols, not logic." And in your silence, he sees a symbol he can't decode. You're no longer the woman who begged for answers. You're the woman who walked away without asking for closure, and that's what haunts him. He begins to scan old messages, revisit old photos, search for clues. Not because he's ready to change, but because he can't stand not knowing. You've become the question he can't answer, the unfinished story his ego can't rewrite. And the more he tries to analyze your silence, the louder it echoes. Why do I feel unsettled? He doesn't call it pain. He won't name it sadness, but something's off. He's distracted, snaps easily, can't focus like he used to, sleeps less, eats less, scrolls more. His nervous system is picking up what his mind tries to avoid, that your absence isn't temporary, it's transformational. Your silence becomes the mirror he can't turn away from. It reflects not who you were, but who he was in your presence. And more painfully, who he failed to be. Do I still have access? Eventually, the testing begins. A subtle like, a viewed story, a random message at an odd hour. Hey, you good? Just checking in. Heard that song you like. Not because he's ready to show up as a better man, but because he's trying to see if he still holds the key to your attention, to your energy, to your emotional availability, because for him, the scariest truth isn't losing you, it's losing the version of himself that only existed when you still believed in him. And now, you no longer believe. You've evolved. He senses it, even if he can't name it. You're no longer the woman who waits. You're the woman who walked away, without slamming the door. And here's the paradox. It's not your presence that makes him feel your worth. It's your absence. Your peace, your stillness, your non-reaction. Because when a woman walks away with grace, she doesn't just leave a void, she leaves behind a version of herself that he never truly appreciated. And now, he sees it. But by then, it's not about whether he comes back, it's about whether you still want to be found. Have you ever gone no contact from a place of self-respect, not revenge? Did you notice how the silence shifted the energy? Share your story in the comments. because sometimes your quiet strength becomes another woman's awakening. And if this message resonated, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You're not alone in this journey. Silence doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. Until next time, stay grounded, stay growing, stay whole.